Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on a neural network and a deep learning. So before we dive into actual different neural network related algorithm or even artificial intelligence related very advanced algorithm, before that let's try to analog our digital computer what we have built till now based on the one Neumann architecture. Let's try to compare its differences and a similarity with the help of brain. So in next couple of video we are trying to make a comparison between our actual brain, which is the created by the creator, and the computer which is created by human as us. So in this tutorial we are going to find out the differences and a similarity between the brains and a computer. So we'll try to explore the question like are you or are as a human being are smarter than a computer, or computers are faster than you. So we'll try to explore with differences and a similarity between a computer and a brain. We'll try to answer this question. Okay, so let's start with the very first differences between a brain and a computer. So let's try to understand that how this brain and computer is made up of. What are the basic fundamental building blocks of computer and a brain? So let's see about the brain. So brain is made up of huge amount of neuron, almost around as 100 billion neurons are available approximately in our brain as a adult people brain, and all neurons are connected to the synapses. So every single piece here you are looking, that is a neuron, this is another neuron, and both of these neurons are connected via synapses, and they are transferring or exchanging the different chemical element. That's how the information flows in our brain from the one neuron to the other neuron to the another neuron. Let's see how this basic building blocks of computer is different from the brain. So computer is made up of transistors. So transistor is nothing but the silicon based different chips. So this is the basic difference between a brain and a computer, that computer is made up of transistor and a brain is made up of a neuron, and each and every neurons are connected to the synapses, whereas the computers are made up of either CPU, central processing unit, or a memory, or even a secondary memory, your hard disk. All are made up of transistor, and millions of billions of transistors are connected in a very small tiny chip. Let's try to see another difference. Let's compare this brain and computer with respect to another one dimension of the memory. So with respect to memory, we have seen in last slide that individual neurons in a brains are connected with the synapses. So in this synapses they are exchanging via synapses, individual neurons are exchanging different chemical, and that is where the memories are stored. Suppose something very bad or something good happened in your past life or past lifetime of this life. So whatever that informations are there, whatever the information you collect throughout your lifetime, that is all stores in a synapses, whereas in a computer all memories are stored in a transistor. That is what the basic building blocks of transistor, and all transistors works in a two different states, either in a on state or off state, or equivalent to the 1 or 0 signal. Let's see how we can add more memory to the brain and a computer. So suppose we want to add more memory to the brain, we need to make this synapses connection even more stronger. So the more stronger the synapses connections are there, there will be a more memory available in your brain. Either you keep generating, or it's implicit process. The moment you acquire this knowledge which is completely new, the new synapses connection will be created, and that synapses connection will try to connect the individual two different concepts or two different neurons stored in a brain. So stronger the synapses connection, more memory will be available. But suppose we want to add more memory to the computer, how we can add it? So we can add more chips, there will be more memory available. Suppose we have a 4 GB memory card in your cell phone, you add another 4 GB card, automatically your memory capacity of your phone will be double, so that will become a 8 gigabytes of memory. So that is how we can add more memory to brain and how it is different from the computer for adding the more memory. Let's see in terms of learning how computer behaves and how our brain behave. So brains are very faster in learning the new things. Suppose let's take one example, that you want to learn about the piano and you don't know anything about the piano except the very few minor things, or as the object you have seen in your childhood or now, but now you think that I want to learn about the piano. So maybe within a 2 or 3 months or even a 5 months, depending on a different brain, but at least you grasp the basic concepts of how piano at least works and how you can make a different tune out of it, or with a very small tunes out of it. But computers are very bad at learning the new things. Why this is so? Because we don't know how brain represent the information. The way brain represent information is fundamentally completely different from the way computer represent the information in their hard disk or even a secondary or a primary memory. So whenever we want computer to do something, a explicit programmer like us needs to sit and needs to set up the whole programming logic, and we need to tell computer that you need to do this thing that way, need to do this thing in this another way. So that's how we need to keep teaching the computer, but that is not actual teaching. It is something like we are giving just an instruction to the computer. So that is what the basic building or fundamental difference between brain and a computer, that computers are very bad at learning new things, but due to advance in a neural network kind of models of the brain, we are incorporating those models of brain into computer. So slowly computers are also becoming little more smarter and smarter day by day. So that is what the difference. Now let's see another difference in terms of multitasking capability of the brain and a computer. So brain itself is a multitask, but in terms of memory processing or even a brain level mental processing, it does only one task. But along with that, brain controls all those breathing and even heart rate, blood pressure at the same time. So you can consider as the brain is also multitasking unit. Whereas in case of computer itself is a multitask, because at the same time you can perform hell lot of operation, like you can tell computer that count backward very fast. Actually computer will start doing it. Intermediately you tell computer that you come multiply these two number and give me. So before it's reach to the counting uh, operation at the end, it will just multiply its two number also, and before that only it might give also. So that how it shows that both the things are a kind of multitask personality. But in terms of mental processing, if we give instruction to the computer to do brain to do two tasks, it will not perform. So these are all implicit tasks brain indirectly perform us, but as explicitly if we give two mathematical or logical problem to the computer, to the brains are very bad at doing those things. Brain can only handle one task at the same time, but these are all the controlling the other parts of body. Brain handles it very well, that's why it has a multitask capability. So that's it for this lecture, friends. I hope you enjoy listening this video. In a future lecture we will try to explore even more differences and similarity between brain and computer. Please do like, comment and subscribe if you haven't liked it or commented it. Okay.